Hey Crushers, Young here. I'm bringing you a new Crush Them All video, and today's video is going to be on a revision from my previous video that I had uploaded, featuring my opinions on an S-class, or an S-tier hero ranking. After posting that, and a lot of discussions within the community from other community members that are oftentimes more knowledgeable than myself, I've put together a revised list, which is going to be much more accurate than the previous one. I've demoted two of the heroes. I demoted Spark, and I demoted Mecha Valken from S rank to A rank, and I've promoted two heroes from A rank to S rank. And so everything else for the most part in this video will run the same as the previous video, but with those two revisions. So as always, if you have any questions or comments after watching this video, I encourage you to leave that in the comment section below, or you can reach me through the official Discord, which you can access through the community section of the game located here. Now, to start this discussion, I have to start with the guidelines I'm basing this on. To establish a baseline, I have to make a couple of assumptions in order to give a fair judgment. Let's first pretend that all heroes are 4/4 with level 6 weapons. Next, let's assume they all have two sets of 3-star runes maxed that are the very best for PvP. For example, Flanks and Vitality runes for Furiosa are considered the two best options for Furiosa in PvP, and so on account of that, we're just going to be going under the assumption that all of the heroes magically have the perfect runes in this scenario. The next assumption we have to make is that these are arena battles, not blitz, and we also have to assume that there are no seasonal modifiers. Typically speaking, there's always seasonal modifiers. That is not the case this time. So, we're ultimately assuming a perfectly even and balanced environment. And then finally, I also want to give some clarification to the criteria that I am personally using for what an S-class hero is. To me, an S-class hero is a hero that is standalone in being that they're good on their own accord without any additional modifications or modifiers. They don't need an outside influence to be good, they're just good on their own. And now we'll take a look at the heroes that I consider to be the very best of the very best for PvP modes. First and foremost, we're going to be taking a look at Scud. That's right, Scud. Scud takes the first S-tier slot on this revised tier list. As a standalone hero, he offers a decent base attack, which is self-buffed from his 4-star ability, which is a global damage buff. This affects all of your heroes, so he's already boosting himself right out the gate, and this is only amplified by his ability to cause splash damage, dealing out damage in an area of effect. The next S-rank hero that we're going to be taking a look at is going to be Magmus. Magmus made the list because of his very high base HP, which is further bolstered by strong HP runes and a 4-star ability, which offers a defensive boost for all fire on your team. Looking at everything in culmination, due to this, that's what makes him one of the strongest frontline heroes to rely on. The next S-rank hero is also a frontline superstar. That hero is Siegfried. With no strong counters naturally, since Dark only deals 2 times damage, whereas with other tanks and all other heroes and ability types, when you look at their elemental damages, fire heroes like Magmus, for example, take 3 times damage from water heroes, while Siegfried only takes 2 times damage. So with no strong counters, only a 2 times weakness to Dark, anti-knockback, and a truly massive 4-star self-buff to his HP, he's a tank that's just going to help you keep on going. And to counter the light, we do need a good Dark hero. And so on account of that, we're going to be taking a look at Chaos. He has decent health and a very high base attack for a frontline hero. He does have a fairly mediocre 4-star ability, but goes with the same benefit as Siegfried in having very few natural enemies. Dark Hunter brings up the next S-tier slot. Dark Hunter brings some nice global debuffs. He debuffs enemy attack, and he offers a great base attack. And when you add swift runes to it, I mean, you're just not going to be disappointed as he decimates the enemy front lines. And then going hand in hand with the infamous Dark Hunter is Valkyrie. Valkyrie does everything that Dark Hunter does, and that the other archers do, with the added ability to freeze. The chance to freeze can absolutely cripple the enemy front line. On top of that, she buffs DPS for the entire team through her critical damage increase. And now, for the second revision on this list, we have Onyx. Onyx step in as the second revision for this S tier list, bringing a deadly combination of stun chance along with splash damage through her 2-star ability. With this vicious 2-star ability allowing splash damage, the area of effect that she's dealing damage in further amplified through select rune choice, and an added buff from her 4-star ability. This offers a global team damage buff, making all of your heroes stronger, including herself. It truly makes her a force to be reckoned with. And no S-Class tier list is complete without taking a good look at Tesla. She brings splash damage, much like Onyx, dealing an area of effective damage. She's bringing the stun chance, same as Onyx. And she also takes a step further back than Onyx, being a magician, so on account of that, she's able to dish out quite a bit of damage while dealing stun and just stalling out your enemy's front line. And because of all that, it makes her a damage-dealing demon. And then for S-Class utility, there is a queen, and that queen is Cersei. Cersei brings to the table a unique perspective. She's not a damage dealer, but she offers a decent buff to your team's dark HP. But what she really brings to the table is her 2-star ability, which is to possess. Her ability to possess can randomly stall at crucial moments, allowing you to turn the tide in your favor in a battle. And now we are down to the final two. And I consider both of these to be on a whole different playing field, and I consider both of these to be S+ tiered. First up at bat is the DPS powerhouse, Sorrow. Sorrow truly decimates enemy heroes. As a gunner, she has the Pierce ability, which allows her to pierce anything and ignore the defense of an enemy. She also brings to the table the stun chance, and a 2-star ability unique to her, which is Fatal Weakness, where she gets to shoot a piercing bullet at the weakest enemy and stuns the enemy. So the fact that she's targeting the weakest, the fact that she's bringing in stun, on top of all that, a truly massive attack that she brings to the table when it comes down to it, along with a self-buff from the gunner, as well as buffing the other gunners on your team. She's the epitome of DPS heroes, bar none. And then to go hand in hand with the S+ ranked DPS hero Sorrow is the S+ frontline mega tank, Leafblade. The thing that makes him so amazing is his auto shield ability, making him immune to damage for several seconds. He will stall the enemy front line to a complete standstill, allowing your heroes to deal major damage while they're distracted on your Leafblade. Add in the fact that he gives a global defense buff, and, I mean, when all is said and done, Leafblade may truly be the very best frontline hero in the entire game, and he should be a must for everybody's arena and PvP mode list. And that is all I've got for today's video. Again, these revisions came from community feedback from my previous video, so I do appreciate the fact that we have such a great community to be able to rely on to help make improvements like this. I'll also be making some revisions to the command on the official Discord, so you can take a look at this revised list, and in the next video you can look forward to seeing my review on what I consider to be A-tiered heroes. And we're going to put together a list of A-tiered heroes, because a lot of these heroes that are really great for S-Class are even better when you start looking at the A-Class heroes. And I mean, we'll be looking at just really awesome support units. We'll be looking at heroes that oftentimes get overlooked, that are otherwise pretty fantastic when you look at what else may be on your team composition. So be sure to watch for that video as well. I do appreciate you watching. Thank you.